What's good, everyone? Welcome back to the show, man. Recap with Mo, where we getting ready to get down into another episode breakdown of Tyler Perry's Sistas, alright? But before we get into this thing, make sure to like and subscribe to this channel so you don't miss shiznit that's going down right here, alright? So the episode that we getting ready to get into is season 6, episode number 7, titled Ordinary Pain. Yes, I said it just like that. Ordinary Pain, because there was absolutely no damn order on it was pretty much Law and Order, because this episode right here, man, had a whole lot of drama from the beginning to the end, and we're gonna go ahead and get into it. But let's go ahead and get into this synopsis. So the synopsis states that after catching Zach off guard, Fatima questions the status of their relationship. Sabrina devises a strategy to remove Q once and for all. All right, and we'll get into that because obviously, sister didn't understand. Anyhow, man, let's go ahead and get into this episode, man. So we start this episode right here with Karen and Zach. Now, the previous episode ended with Fatima outside of her car, Zach and Fatima standing up near the salon, and Karen kisses him on the cheek. That's pretty much what it was. That's what I saw, and I think that's pretty much what the rest of America saw. We'll get into that later. So anyhow, Fatima walks over, with her fine ass. She walks up there. I'm sorry, y'all. Let me get focused, man. So she walks up there, and Zach is like, "Hey, babe, what's going on?" First and foremost, look, no normal man is going to do that unless he just honestly is out of touch with the whole situation. I'm just going to be honest with y'all, because he already know that he was caught like a deer in headlights. Number one, well, I can't really say he felt like he was caught, because this is Zach, all right? So, listen, I listened to a lot of the commentary from, the ladies or whatnot, so I hear, how everybody is in love with this whole, this magical moment between Karen and Zach. I get it, but at the same time, ain't shit going down here. Karen is about to get her feelings hurt once again. Fatima's already getting hurt. Look, I'm just pretty much over this whole back and forth between Fatima and Zach. I think in this scene right here, a lot of this shit is going on because, number one, first and foremost, there is non-communication between both parties. Now, Zach, I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna boost him up a little bit. He did try to communicate with her previously, but with that being said, you have to allow people to process. Now, the thing with processing, though, is that Fatima has been processing for the last 2 episodes. Now, for me as a married man, I know it takes long. It depends on the person, but damn, it shouldn't take a whole 2.5 episodes for shit to get right. For you to at least acknowledge what happened. Let's talk about it, because we don't have a lifelong destination to sit here and watch Tyler Perry's Sistas all damn night. But anyhow, we just need them to resolve this issue, do whatever they need to do. If it's unfixable, then so be it. But this whole silent treatment that Fatima is constantly giving, Zach right now, she's talking to every damn body except for Zach, and she's talking to people who ain't married, ain't got no man, for real. So for me, I'm sitting here like, how the hell they gonna help you? And I see that with the fellas as well. Like, we always tend to go to people that ain't got no damn mind themselves, like, of how to get shit, done, or how to get through this shit. Yes, we can share our experiences, but at the end of the day, it's sort of like, what the hell are we? We're just swapping ignorance at this time, all right? So anyhow, getting back to this scene, Karen is standing there. Fatima's like, "Hey, do you mind if we just have a little bit of privacy?" Of course, Karen is giving her a little sass in his back, like in front of my salon. Look, okay, I'm trying my best not to pick no sides here, because I don't care for none of this shit that's going on right here. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, but at the same time, Karen could have handled this situation a lot better as well. And Fatima, you did just pull up in the car, so possibly you could have taken him over there to the side, long story short, that's what they ended up doing anyhow, going to the side. Now, I need to go to this stare that Zach looks back at Karen. Now, I find not fault, what is the word I'm looking for? It's a problem. It's a whole problem for me, because what the hell are you looking back for? Like, are you worried about what she's seeing or what she's possibly hearing? It really shows me more and more that Zach really is in love with Karen, which I don't have a problem with. You know, my only problem with Zach is, Negro, you need to pick who you want and own up to your shit, own up to the woman that you want to be with. Just communicate. This going back and forth for me is tiresome. All right. So anyhow, they had this conversation. Now, Fatima has came all the way over here to the salon to bring these documents that she had previously when Zach was back at the spot. Once again, she didn't want to communicate with him. So here we are. She found a way to bring these documents over here to see what was going on with Karen and Zach. All right, it is what it is. I'm just pulling out the points here. All right, I'm not picking no sides, but she could have handled this stuff differently. She could have handled this a lot differently, from the get-go. All right. So anyhow, she makes it about Zach's son. Now, she knows that Zach wants to, take care of his child. I honestly do believe that. At the same time, I also feel that Zach's priorities are out of place. Now, I can understand you I'm not going to say you felt like you were losing somebody that you loved, which was Karen. You thought that she had died in the fire, and I get it. I feel like putting some love music behind me right now. Well, she's alive, all right? So, you need to go ahead and watch that to the side. I know y'all got some years of history together, but at the same time, you got a woman that has your ring on. Oh, no, she doesn't. She don't have no ring on right now. And he asked her about that damn ring, and she walks off, which I knew was going to go down. I told y'all on my previous video that she was going to walk off and not say shit to him. Anyhow, from there, Zach makes his way back over to where he actually wanted to be, like Donnell Jones, where I want to be. So he makes his way back over to he makes his way back over there to Karen, right? So Pam comes out and she's like, oh, I see it. And they was like, what are you talking about, Pam? And of course, he was like, yeah, I see Zarin, the mix of Karen and Zach. You see that little pettiness right there? So she had to let them know that she saw what went down. And why did you kiss Zach like that? All of that, they wouldn't get no damn work done in that shop. Because you could tell when old boy Aaron walks about, he got this attitude about himself. So he walks over to Karen and he was like, you pretty much got everybody you need, or you got everything you need right here, right? I mean, he's pretty much, referring to Zach. Like, since you got Zach here, you pretty much got everything you need. Very, very passive aggressive here. I don't like this because when you get to this next scene between Zach and Aaron, I do not understand why Tyler has Zach and Aaron going up against one another constantly. Like, brothers cannot communicate effectively with one another. Now, I did like the fact that Aaron sort of, threw everything that Aaron was throwing at him to the side. I did not like the fact that Zach was throwing up the fact about his wife, his family, the kids, and all of this stuff. He knew that was a sore spot for Aaron. I mean, let's just talk out our differences. Let's communicate to one another and let's squash it. Because at the end of the day, I believe y'all is too damn old to be fighting. First and foremost. Secondly, over a woman. Now, let me just say this. I could see if y'all were in y'all 19s and 20s, early 20s, because I don't even foresee myself at, the late 20s doing the type of shit that I'm seeing right here on the show. Anyhow, Aaron leaves. Zach gets to, back to where he wants to be once again, all alone with Karen, because she sends Pam away because she thinks that this is about to be a love connection. I mean, you see the way he he grabbing her hands and shit, and he was trying to tell her, look, we're gonna go ahead and check out the salon. And she was like, yeah, we about to go in there, but he's taking control. Now listen, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to say this, and I already know y'all gonna be in my comments making these statements. Whoop whoop whoop. It is what it is. Women love to see a man take the lead. You could tell by Karen's facial expression, her body language, she loved that shit. I don't care what y'all say. Y'all could be INDEPENDENT. Do you know what that? I understand it. Y'all could be all that all you want. But at the end of the daggone day, I ain't talking about I'm trying to control who you talk to. I ain't talking about I'm trying to control what you wear. I'm not that type of... What I'm trying to tell you is, as your man, it is my job to lead and guide my family, to lead and just pretty much oversee what's going on, to make sure that my wife, my woman, my children don't fall into no pits. That's my job. And when he comes up, now I'm going to give him his props when it's time to give Zach his props, man. He stood up right there, and I stood up when that did that, went in there. He said, no, you're going to stay out here. I'm trying to tell y'all, man, did you see her body language? Listen, let me get up off of this because I done talked about this too damn much. I'm just saying. All right, anyhow, man, going on from there, we head over to Sabrina and Maurice. Now, they're still at the attorney's office, and he's pretty much saying, hey, let me work this out. As I stated previously, allow this professional attorney do his job. Y'all gonna have to trust him. Pretty much, it is what it is. He's not making any promises, but he's also saying that it's not a dead case. All right, let's go ahead and let him do his job. Now, at the end of the day, the one part of this scene that I did like, not dismissing the rest of it, but this part right here I really appreciate it because we honestly needed this a long damn time ago, and it's been a long time coming. We finally get to see Sabrina say it with her chest. She calls out Maurice, which Maurice needs to hear this because for the longest time, Maurice has been getting on my damn nerves to the point like I'm like, it should have been him that was in that hospital, but it could have went a different route. But anyhow, he's still here. He still got that same damn attitude. And at this point, Sabrina has had it. Like, you are the reason that we in this shit. We told you from the get-go to let him go. Don't bring him into your apartment. But you did not hear that. You were on a whole nother level, and I'm going to leave it at that. And you got what you wanted, but you didn't get what you wanted. You see what I'm saying? If you listening in between the lines. So Sabrina had to put him in his place. I don't believe that it helped, but I honestly believe that she needed to get that off her chest so she can mentally deal with this shit, because she should not be in this. This is something that he brought her into, and then he's playing victim. Like, come on, bro. Come on. Like, blame me. Here she go. There she is. All that shit like that, that's not called for, Maurice. And then he talking about, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get somebody to take care of Q. Like, that's definitely not what we need. That's definitely not what we're looking for right now, Maurice. We need you to come with the right frame of mind. Think logically about what you're talking about. You are in $1.5 million worth of debt to Bio. Now, if you do anything crazy to end back up behind bars, that man's money, I mean, come on, bro. Think logically about this shit, man. Anyhow, going on from there, we head over to the airport where we see Q and Danny. Now, he rolls up. I don't even understand why he's at work. Now, Danny stated that this was up here cleaning the airplane. Now, listen, I'm not trying to laugh about it, but what is he cleaning? I mean, he don't look like, unless he's not seriously injured, but he's riding around, rolling around on his wheelchair like he's seriously hurt or whatnot. So, of course, Danny, goes in on him a little bit, like he deserves every bit of it, which he does. And we'll get into this a little bit later, so I'm not going to belabor this. I'm going to go ahead and move on and move forward. From there, we see Sabrina, who is now calling Danny right there in the airport. And she's like, look, the shit didn't go well at the attorney's office. Danny is like, cool, just calm down. Everything is going to work out. If not, we need to do what we need to do, because she told her about the plan that Maurice stated to them. And she was like, well, let's go ahead and do that plan as well. Because she was like, no face, no case. And I was like, oh. So, the one thing that I can say about Danny in this episode, I really liked how she held her friend down, and that's what Sabrina needed at this time. So I'm appreciative of Danny in this episode right here, because I can see from the next few episodes it's going to be a little bit different. So anyhow, going on from there, we see Fatima and Tamara. Now, this scene right here, it was needed, but it really wasn't needed. We could have found this out another way, but since it's here, let's talk about it very quickly. So Tamara shows up at the attorney's office, and she's there for lunch, I'm assuming, to meet her now husband. So Fatima sees her, and she was like, what the heck you doing up here? She was like, well, I'm coming to sit down with my man, my husband, all right? So, no, not my husband. She sees the ring on her finger, and she was like, what is that? She was like, oh, yeah, we got married. We went to Vegas, whoop, whoop, whoop. Fatima gets pissed off. She was like, hold on. Like, that's not right. Hold on, Fatima. This the same person that had him bucket ass naked on the car taking pictures while you had him beat his ass up on the car. Now all of a sudden you want to have morale? Like, come you want to have integrity and morale and shit? Hold on, Fatima. This ain't the same person with the brass knuckles as well. So listen, as many scenes as I've seen with Fatima beating somebody's ass, this probably ain't the time for her to find her conscience. Because Fatima, you hired her, or your cousin gave her this job for a reason, and she's doing her job. So, I don't really care about Hayden. So whatever happens to Hayden, happens to Hayden. All right? It is what it is. If she wants all of it, let her take all of it. What does that have to do with you, Fatima, at this point? Because your goal was to get him off your ass. Now he's gone. He signed and delivered over there. Let him stay over there, and you focus on Zachary. But of course, like I stated, let me go ahead and deal with the monkey in the room, because I made a comment yesterday, and people was like, how dare you say? And yes, I do read the comments, and sometimes I do respond. They were like, oh, how can you say Fatima is feeling some type of way about Hayden? I was just throwing it out there. I'm just saying that's how Tyler Perry works sometimes. The stuff that we don't foresee, that's the shit that ends up happening. And I'm like, what the hell? I was just throwing it out there just in case that did happen. But anyhow, I don't believe it's going to happen. I'm just making that statement just in case. Anyhow, going on from there, Fatima goes over to see Andy. She's coming in. She's sad. Andy is like, what's going on? Whoop, whoop, whoop. Of course, Fatima's just, she's just bearing her heart to, Andy. And Andy needs to pick a damn side. Like, are you with Fatima or are you with Karen? You need to pick a side. I'm not really going to go into this, but I honestly feel that Karen is, she's just going through the motions. Like, no, I don't believe he's doing that. No, I don't believe he loves her. No, I think he's over that. What the hell? Because you honestly don't need to give nobody any advice if you keep telling her the same shit, and that's obviously not what's happening. Andy. All right. So anyhow, going on from there, man, let's get to some of the parts that I really want to talk about real quick. So Hayden and Gary. Now, okay, how can I put this without sounding like an asshole? I'm tired of these right here. I'm dead ass, man. Listen, I've never seen guys so involved in trying to find out what got going on. I honestly, I've never been that bothered about my boys, like what y'all got going on, what's old girl, unless I'm honestly interested in your girl. Like, that's some BS. I'm just saying. Gary's calling, Hayden to tell him, hey, I checked in, woo, she seems good, but I got somebody else doing a little more digging for me. Like, what the hell for, Gary? Like, what does this have to do with you? Why are you so attached to what's going down with Hayden? Did you vet her? I mean, okay, just give me a social and all this. Why? Why are you so overly concerned? Shouldn't you be doing some numbers or some shit for your business or whatnot? All this money you spending on Andy. I'm just saying, focus on your damn self, because obviously, man, this thing right here irked me to the core, man. And I know these are characters, they're playing their roles. So I ain't saying I'm just getting heated like that, but at the same time, there are some real folks out here that respond in the same fashions as these characters, man. And I know some dudes like I know some guys like this for real. Like, you always concerned about the next man's shit. Like, focus on your damn self, man. And then another part right here. So Gary is like, hey, is Andy there? He was like, yeah, she here. Where's Robin? Is Robin there? Now, that's a good question. Where the hell is Robin? Because we ain't seen this all season. Like, the last thing we knew, he had to go get some moolah. So what's going on? He must have to go make it himself. Anyhow, he was like, well, I'm gonna come on down there. Like, and Hayden answers the question for me, like, why do you need to come here? You see what I'm saying? But anyhow, he said, well, I'm gonna come up there and see you, but I really want to go see her, so I'm gonna use you as the excuse to come and see her. See, that petty shit right there. Anyhow, going on from there, we see Hayden and Tamara. Now, Tamara comes up to see her husband. All right, it was hard to get off my tongue there. So she comes to see her husband, and she comes in her office, and she giving him them soft tones or whatnot. Hey, how you doing, baby? He was like, I'm good. And she was like, look, we on our honeymoon. You know what I'm saying? We newlyweds and shit. So let me go ahead and make you feel better. You seem like you stressed out. He was like, hold on, wait a minute. What you talking about? So she was like, I'm going to do something to make you feel better. All right? So long story short, she starts to come up behind the desk. Now, do y'all notice where Hayden keeps saying, I can't? Now the people going to see through the glass and shit. But not one time does he move his hand to move her away. He moves them backwards. I'm just saying, y'all. He was like, hold on, what you doing? What you doing as this zipper is zipping down? What you doing? No, Tamara, I can't. I was like, man, that's the best scene, Hayden his head. I'm just saying. Anyhow, man, going on from there, we see, what's his name? Calvin and Maurice. So they make it back to the apartment, and of course Maurice conveys to him that he has a cousin that can take care of this job. Calvin is like, no, you need to calm down. Now, I honestly believe that this scene was fluff, because we already heard this, a few scenes back about him going to take, him getting someone to take care of Q. So we really didn't need this. I mean, it was a whole lot of, Maurice making fun of Calvin, about him not having no damn job, like Tommy on Martin and shit. Now, truth be told, he says he's in real estate. He's trying to actually give, an olive branch to Maurice. But Maurice is like, you ain't got no damn job. And truth be told, we ain't never seen Calvin go to no damn job. I wish y'all could have seen my face. I mean, honestly, I haven't seen him go anywhere. I mean, he does make a valid point, but if the man is still paying your bills, keeping your lights on at your apartment, obviously he's doing something, and obviously not what you stated, Maurice. The man has already conveyed to you like he's not like that. So stop making those comments to this man who has already told you that he doesn't get down like that. So that's the only thing that I had about this scene right here. From there, man, we head over back to the airport, where we see Sabrina. She shows up, and she's attempting to have this one-on-one with Q. Of course, Danny is there for support. Now, let me give Danny her props. She's standing there, and she's just listening to the conversation. She's emotional about this shit as well, because she sees her friend is hurt in all of this. And Sabrina is having a heart-to-heart, and this is refreshing for me to see Sabrina, because we haven't really seen Sabrina do a whole lot of, seen since this whole shit has went down. I mean, she was locked up forever for multiple episodes, so we never seen her then. So it was just good to see her get this off of her chest and look at the man eye to eye that pretty much made all of this stuff, come to be. You see what I'm saying? So for me, I think this was therapeutic for her because she needed to get this out. All right. And unfortunately, I do not think that this is going to make Q change his mind. But on the flip side, I did look at his demeanor, the way that he was trying to, be this hard individual. And he was like, I've already told Maurice I ain't got no heart. So whatever you trying to tell me, I ain't trying to hear that shit right now, Sabrina. But at the end of her conversation with him, he looked down and you could tell honestly that he felt hurt about hurting Sabrina. Now, I'm not sure about hurting Maurice because he honestly felt that Maurice was only trying to get to him because he wanted something from him. But Sabrina was an innocent bystander. And she said, but why me? And I think that this scene right here, it brought a lot to the table. It almost made me feel sorry for Q. And then all of a sudden I was like, hell to the nah. Like, this man has done too much for me to start forgiving. So I'm glad that Sabrina was able to forgive Q and look him dead in the face and say that to him. So he probably ain't never heard no shit like that. So hopefully it goes down right. So next we see Gary coming up to Hayden's office, unannounced, walking right in, old girl up under the desk, and of course he's trying to hand Hayden these files. He's trying to have this little side conversation, talking about all the little investigation that they had going on with old girl. Hayden's trying to warn him, like, you don't want to have that conversation right now. And he's like, what's going on? Like, you good? He was like, yeah, I just got this, the little situation going on. Gary makes his way around the damn desk and see Tamara down there doing her Monica. I ain't gonna say no names. Y'all already know. Anyhow, he was like, come on, man, what you got going on? Like you wouldn't be doing the same thing. Come on, bro. Listen, if your woman came up there okay, let me move on. Anyhow, man, moving on to Aaron and Pam. Now, this was a good one, y'all. Now, I already told y'all, I don't care for Aaron. I think he hiding shit. I think he's always been hiding shit. I don't think all these women are crazy for nothing, because now we see this man on the phone. He talking to somebody. He was like, hey, just meet me. Well, woo, woo, woo. No, not like that. Woo, what are you saying? Now, is this the same woman that you claim you had a restraining order on, bro? Like, now you having dinner dates and lunch dates with her, and it just so happens that Pam is sitting in the same spot. So she's hearing all of this. So she comes up on him and calls him out on this bullshit. And he was like, no, it's not like that. So anyway, long story short, he's talking about what's going on with Karen. Like, what type of hold does Zach have on Karen? Like, he has years on you, bro. Secondly, he got other stuff on you, bro, that obviously you ain't got to yet. So, so with that, you had an uphill battle. But with that being said, I can see Aaron being frustrated. Let me be fair here. I can see him being flustered in all of this because he feels honestly that he's doing all he can to make Karen see that he's the better man for the situation. Now, honestly, me personally, I don't think none of these folks need to be together at all because all of them got too many damn issues. For me, I just don't understand why we don't have one damn couple on here that have it together. Like, why can't we have one of the girlfriends on here have an actual man that can give folks advice and can really say, something that get people going in the right direction? Why all of these damn relationships got to be so damn dysfunctional? That's my only thing on here. Aaron got his shit, Karen got her shit, Zach definitely got his shit, and of course Fatima. So none of these folks got it going on. So I don't even know why they even try to make it work. Secondly, everybody's jumping in the bed too damn fast. Like, Like, I ain't trying to call nobody out. I ain't no judge. But damn, take the time to learn one another. And then we can get to a place where we can start to know one another. And then when shit go down, it's not like, somebody just dropped a brick on top of my head from a 70-foot building or whatnot. Like, I honestly believe that all the shit that's going down on this show is because people are not taking the time to learn and grow. And that takes me to the next scene where we see Andy and Fatima with, this woman of wisdom. That's what I'm going to call her, all right? So she happens to be the judge from that other show that I'm reviewing right now. Those videos will be out soon from, All the Queen's Men, all right, with Eva. So with that being said, I was cool with old girl. She was giving them what they needed to hear because it was both of their lives together. She was messing around with a married man. Now, initially, she started off cool, but as the story went on, she was like, well, I guess I deserved it because when I met him, he was already married. I was like, hell to the no. Like I said before, why can't we have one sister on here that got it together? Like, damn, like, what are we trying to do? Like, every black damn family in the world ain't dysfunctional. I mean, we all got our shit, but at the same time, dang. So she gave them, words of wisdom or whatnot. And, from there, we see Fatima finally break down. She's finally processing what has transpired. And it's taken her this amount of time to really deal with this pent-up energy that she's been carrying around, dealing with Zach's ass. Now, if you really want to know how to get up out of this situation, Fatima, leave his ass. I'm trying to tell you, I ain't team Zach, I ain't team Fatima, but at the same damn time, look, you got to do what's best for you. And I say that for any damn body. I don't care if you male, woman, in between. I don't care nothing about that. At the end of the day, this man ain't got it together. You ain't got it together. And as long as y'all keep going into this situation and bringing the same garbage into this context, the shit is going to end up the same. All right, so that's pretty much all I got to say about this episode. I'm going to leave it at that. It is what it is, and it was what it was. What did you guys think? What did you guys think about this episode? I'm going to be honest, I felt like this was probably one of the better episodes of this season thus far. All right, it was up and down. It was it was a roller coaster, but at the same time, we saw a lot of things come out that needed to come out, and I'm so very glad that they did. All right, so with that, man, I'm gonna give it about I give it about a 7.5 or 8. I honestly feel that it was one of the better episodes. So with that being said, man, let me know down below what you guys thought about this. I went a little bit over, but as always, man, we had fun. I hope you guys had fun. And if you made it to this mark in my video, I appreciate you guys for supporting me and checking out my channel. With that being said, man, y'all know how I do here. See y'all next go round.